To insert data on a calculator to then make a histogram, you're going to click on the Stat button and press Enter to edit the data. Notice that List 1 and List 2 both have data in them, and I don't want that data, so I'm going to scroll up to highlight List 1, push Clear, and then press Enter. And then go over to List 2, up, push Clear, and Enter. Do not click Delete. If you use the Delete button, you will actually lose that list of data and your calculator will be messed up, and I will need to fix it for you. So we're going to enter our data, some random data. Maybe somebody was having a test of how many times they could sign their name in 2 minutes, and here is some of the data. It took 27, they could sign their name 27 times, 35 times, 41, 34, 6, 42. So you just type the numbers and press Enter each time to go to a new row and enter all of the data. Once you've got all your data typed in, you're going to try to make your histogram. So instead of clicking the Y equals button, we need to turn our plot on. So we're going to use the second button to make a statistical plot. Notice how it says first plot is off. So I'm going to push Enter, and now on is highlighted, and I'm going to push Enter again to make sure that my plot is turned on. If I go down, the type of graph I want to make is a histogram. So I'm going to go over to the bar graph for a histogram and press Enter. Notice now it says it's only going to be using the data I typed in from list 1. If I go to graph, I can't actually see very much. What we need to do is to change the window for your histogram to fit. So if you click on Window, think about the data we entered. It was the number of times someone could sign their name. Maybe somebody got as low as a minimum of 20, and someone had a maximum of up to 60. As for the scale, we can choose. Do I want it to count by tens and say 20, 30, 40, 50, or count by fives? I'll start with 10. For the Y's, make a minimum so that it's negative. You can see the bottom of the screen, but the Y maximum is the frequency up and down on your graph. So I would say that I only have a frequency of maybe at most 10 people in each category, and I'll make my scale count by 1 person. And then I can go back to graph, and I can see my histogram. Another thing you might want to include is to change these bars. They're very large, and I can't tell a lot about my data, so I might change my window to have a scale instead of counting by tens from 20, 30, 40 to a scale of 5. Now by using the window button, go back to the graph. Now I have a much more accurate histogram that I can see. Now it's hard to tell what all these bars represent, so if you click Trace, now I can see the first bar starts from 20 and goes until 25, and the number of people there would be 2. And I can use the over arrow to see each category. The minimum is 40 up to 45 in that category, and there are 3 people, and then 4 people and 4 people. There's a histogram on your calculator, and you can also copy it down into your homework paper.